I'd like to welcome everybody to this, and I'm David Gomez, head baseball coach, and I brought one of our pitchers with us, Jared Gray. I'll let him talk a little bit about himself, and here we go.
Hello, I'm Jared Gray. I'm from Southern California. I'm a left-handed pitcher. My number's 50, and I'm a junior, and I'm a criminal justice major.
Anything cool to think about yourself?
Excited to be here, excited to compete for the Greyhounds, and hoping for a good season.
Great. Any questions for Jared?
Did you come in as a transfer?
Yes, sir.
Where from?
I came from New Mexico Junior College and then went down to Southwestern in San Diego.
Very good.
Yeah, thank you.
Being pre-law like that, do you have screwball or what do you got?
No.
What are your best pitches?
Well, I'd like to think my fastball. So, fastball, curveball, splitty, and got a slider too.
What do you throw the fastball?
Anywhere from 86 to 88 right now.
Any questions? Thank you.
Cool.
I'll tell you a little bit about Jarrett. When I first got the job here, I waited till I, of course, passed my NCAA test and everything for D2, and then the first trip I made was down to New Mexico Junior College, and he was the first pitcher that I saw pitch, and I'm texting the coach, I'm like, hey, we want this guy, he's only a freshman, and so we had to wait, so we waited, and here he is, and so now he's our #1 pitcher. Coach Merritt and I discussed, what makes a really good player, and it's when you don't have your best stuff, and you still find a way to compete and win, or at least be successful, and that's what Jarrett did. He was out there, probably wasn't his best stuff. He didn't throw as hard as probably could have thrown. He didn't have his breaking ball as good as it could have been, but he competed, and he ended up getting a complete game shutout, which is more than what we can ask for. We expected maybe 4 or 5 innings, and he went 7, and he was very dominant. So we're very impressed with the job he's done. Our #2 pitcher that we threw behind him is a buddy of his from San Diego as well. They played in the same junior college system together, and we're grateful that Jared helped us get him. And so it was Keith Kozak, and he's about a 6'5", 200-pound kid that can really pitch. He struggled a little bit from what we think he's capable of, but he once again, same thing, battled through, not having his best stuff, and we found a way to win the game, and that was very helpful. And then game 3, we probably weren't as sharp as we could have been. We started Daniel Ward in that game. We've seen him way better. Once again, I think we had 3 very subpar starts and come away with 2 wins. I can't really complain too much. A 2-1 start's not the worst thing in the world. Offensively, we were very offensive. We ended up batting close to 320 as a team. Probably our biggest performer as a whole, including defense and offense, was Justin Paul. Justin Paul played out of his mind on the weekend, made a bunch of diving catches and great plays, threw a lot of guys out. Also hit well. Along with him was Charles Sandberg, who's our center fielder. He's also, one of our spiritual leaders in the team as well. He's one of those guys that really helps us along in every aspect, and he had a great weekend also. And a surprising addition to what we didn't expect was Jacob Clough, who's been a great leader and a captain for us this year, and we decided to plug him into the lineup, and he did very, very well. And so we have some bright spots that are shining for us. We felt like we probably should have come away with 3 wins this weekend, but starting the season off 2-1 is not the end of the world, and so we know we have bigger things to accomplish, and if we can move on from what happened yesterday, I think we'll be fine. We're about to head off to Atlanta, Georgia. And I think Karen said she's going to chaperone us for Atlanta and then the San Diego trip. So yeah, she's coming for both. So we'll take her on both. We're going to put our guys through the ringer a little bit on the road. We're going to go coast to coast in a week, and that's something we felt was an issue last year, was not playing well on the road. So we're trying to rectify that situation by putting our guys on the road as early as possible and letting them get used to it. So we'll be ready. Any questions for me?
The two guys that were drafted last year, how are they doing?
They're doing well. When we had our scout day this past fall, we had it at the Angels facility, and that's where Cody Pope was drafted. And they invited him to instructional league, which is a really big deal for a minor league player. So they invite you to instructional league. That means that you're one of their top prospects in their organization. They're trying to develop you and make you better. And the guy that helped draft him was very excited about him. He says, "We love Cody. He's great." And I mean, if there's ever an Eastern product, he's it. You know, he came in. He didn't have great stats coming in, and he came in through our system. And with school, he was a 4.0 student, and he works really hard. I mean, that's the kid that if you're ever going to put your stamp on anybody, if you want to put a Greyhound stamp on somebody, he's the one. And we're really proud of him. Clyde got offered to go to play in the Dominican League for the off season, which is also another big honor for a minor league player. He had to decline because he was trouble getting his passport in time, but he's still going to be invited back to early camp and all that stuff. So everything's going great. They're developing. Clyde's got the most potential. All the scouts say that he's probably the next guy. If there's a guy to go to the major leagues and pitch on TV, he'd be the guy because he's got a lot of ability and he's younger than Cody. So it's just going to be a easier road for him to make it if he does. Thank you very much.
Thank you.